Hello, this is Jess from Soul Star Healing and Tarot. Thank you so much for coming today. This is a collective reading and it will be an archangel guided reading. I will be using the female archangel oracle. This is an oracle that has the male archangels and their female counterparts. There are some cards in here that are more about angel energy. So if one of those cards come out, it's just a general archangel message. Okay. And before we start, I do want to just say to our fellow Americans in the South and Midwest going through all of this flooding and tornado, we're sending so much love to you right now. I am myself, and I hope anybody watching will send a little positive energy their way. My son is in Nashville, so I've definitely been paying attention to that. Okay, Spirit, Archangels, may we have one message to guide our reading today, or one card. One card, please, Spirit. Okay. Beautiful. Archeia Patience. Trust the process. Okay, let's see what Archeia Patience has to say. God knows sometimes I definitely need some Archeia Patience. All right. Like flowers that grow from seed, your desires are growing and will soon bloom. Trust the process. Marvel in the magic. All right. So I think the message there is enjoy the process. Okay. Archeia Patience's name is derived from the Latin patienta, meaning endurance. She serves on the rainbow ray of music, manifestation, and integration with her counterpart, Archangel Sandalphon. Patience is the angel of earth. Depicted as pregnant, she reflects that your desires may take time to mature before they can birth. As frustrating as this can be in the moment, she guides you to stay open, to trust in the inevitable emergence of your desires. For manifestation happens from allowing, not controlling. The workings of the heart, not the mind. Your ideas, projects, and dreams are coming into being. Relax, enjoy the process of their becoming. Invite Archeia Patience for trusting you're worthy to receive, maintaining source alignment, gentleness, faithfulness, development of the base chakra and auric field, and connection with nature. So a lot of Empress energy there, as well as Temperance and the Magician. So let's see if any of those cards come out today. That's a beautiful message. Okay. Thank you for the guidance, Spirit. Okay. Whoops. I'm going to grab two cards from the Mike Wilcox Tarot and Oracle. These are just the major arcanas and the 12 zodiac signs. Two cards of guidance, Spirit, for the overriding energy of this reading. Two cards, please. One more, please, Spirit. Okay. The Chariot and Strength. Okay. Cancer, Leo. Okay. So those seasons will be here before we know it. So could be that all of this will manifest by that time or between now and then. But we want to look at ourselves and acknowledge the work we've done. To me, the Chariot is a combination of the Knight of Pentacles, the Knight of Cups, the Knight of Wands, and the Knight of Swords, right? He's mastered how to move forward in his communication in a grounded way with his highest creativity and his heart. Okay. Now you're this full strong warrior with all of the abilities to help propel yourself forward. All right. So whether you've done this yet or this is something you're working on, please stay focused on the fact that you've done so much work here and there's nothing that can stop you from moving forward, of course, but ourselves. So believe in yourself. He's also very connected to the solar plexus chakra and the third eye chakra. Okay, that gut intuition and that third eye intuition. He is very, very intuitive and psychically connected. Okay, the moon card, the moon. Okay, this card is very connected to the moon. So, and then we have the strength. One card that's connected to the moon, and one card that's connected to the sun, Leo. Okay, so maybe we're working with dualities here. All right, here we are trying to develop and work with our higher self to lower our necessity and maybe a habit of being in our primal instinct and our primal behaviors. Okay. That's jumping into fight or flight or defensiveness, or when we just remove ourselves from situations because we're overwhelmed and don't know how to handle confrontation. However it is that you work in that lower vibration of yourself with behaviors that don't serve you. Okay. Now we want to challenge ourselves, build our strength by, in those moments, taking a step back and saying, I don't want to rely on these behaviors and habits that I've been doing previously that don't allow me to move forward and build my confidence. Okay. Now you want to challenge yourself to think about, if I were to really act in this situation the way I thought was most authentic to myself and really connected myself with my purpose, what would that be? And do it. Okay. Little steps, maybe 3 things come up and you do it once. All right. And you start building momentum and do it more and more and more until it becomes just the way that you are. But really not relying on that primal response and working with the higher self to raise your vibration. Okay. And mastering all the ways that you move yourself forward with your inspiration, being grounded and having a plan through the heart space and with your communication. Okay. Unstoppable. All right. And now we're going to grab 3 cards from the Rainbow Tarot. Three cards of guidance, Spirit, please. Okay. Lots of movement here. 2 of Swords. 8 of Wands. Wheel of Fortune. Okay. So we might be starting off a little uncertain, but that's okay because it looks like we're moving right along here. This is the Flower Child Tarot. 3 cards of guidance, please, Spirit. Okay. Oh, Spirit, you're so funny. Okay, here we have the Hermit. Here we have the Ace of Swords. And look who showed up again, our Chariot. Okay. And now I'm going to grab 3 cards from the traditional Rider-Waite. Okay, 3 cards of spirit, 3 cards of guidance, please, Spirit. what do we have? I think one more day of Mercury in retrograde. I think Mercury goes direct on the 7th and Venus on the 12th, or I may have them backwards, but all I can say is please hurry up and go direct, both of you. And with Venus in retrograde, I literally last week, I think I had 3 dreams about exes that I really don't think about. And I'm like, why are my dreams playing the X games right now? I'm all set with it. Anyway, 3 cards of guidance, please, Spirit. Two more cards, please, Spirit. Oh boy. All right. This is excellent. I just have to move this card over so I can pick it up. Okay. The World. Six of Wands. Ace of Wands. This is all so excellent. I love it. All right. So it looks like we've put a certain behavior to bed here. Okay. Instead of allowing ourselves to sit in a place of indecisiveness, using the challenge of whether to use our logic or our heart space when we're making decisions. Okay. Yes, it can be challenging, but it looks here as though you've learned how to go within and really figure out the answers for yourself, become your own guide, okay, and gain the wisdom about yourself that allows you to move towards your bright star, okay? So this may have been a big challenge at one point, which, with that strength card and the chariot card may have kept you a little bit held back from moving forward, right? What do I want to move towards? How do I do it? Why can't I stop, snapping at people when they say one little thing to me? All these things that are going on in your mind that seemed overwhelming about these 2 big steps in life, right? Moving forward and working in the higher self. Looks like you took the time to go within and really figure them out without judgment, without being harsh to yourself. Really focusing on changing that behavior so that you can guide yourself, you can guide others towards the star in this lantern. Okay. And that's excellent because by doing so, we ended a cycle. Okay. We ended a cycle that was holding us back in so many ways. But not only did you end a cycle, you went on the journey. Okay. You guided yourself through the journey of really deeply understanding it so that it's not holding you in your primal behaviors anymore, and it's not keeping your chariot standing still. Okay. And it's also allowing you to create with this Archeia Patience, keep you in that creativity mode and giving birth to new things. So this is a beautiful step. All right. You took the journey. You went on the fool's journey of understanding yourself and why these decisions were so difficult for you. And you ended the cycle. And now that we've ended that cycle for ourselves, what happens? Boom, boom, boom. All right. Everything starts moving forward for you. 8 of Wands. You are, this is inspiration. This is passion. This is creativity. This is your highest excitement. Everything that you have been working on creating for yourself just starts hitting the target. Unstoppable energy, people that are exciting, places that are exciting, ideas that are exciting, projects that are exciting. Everything just starts flying in the direction it's meant to go in. Okay. And what do you gain? You lost a sword here. Okay. No blindfold, no little clown hat, no holding 2 swords in the air uncomfortably. You put a sword down. You only kept the one sword that you needed here. And you gained clarity. You gained wisdom. You gained the ability to think and communicate with integrity, your highest self, right? The strength card. All right. And now there's a butterfly here. There's transition. Okay. You are being gifted with this beautiful clarity that allows you to really step into your best communication. Your things coming into your mind are there to just serve you and bring you to the right places, the right people. Communication on key. And this is also being able to connect to guidance from spirit. So when your archangels and angels and ancestors of the light want to come in, or ascended masters, and send you information of guidance, you've got that full clean channel, totally clear to receive that guidance and information. And many times for us, that comes in as an idea we think that came to us. Most of the time, that is spirit sending you a message that feels like an idea, but it's a message to get you on the path you're meant to be on for your greatest and highest good. Okay? Divine gift here. And where does that bring you? There you are. Okay? Not only do you know that you're doing a great job, everybody around you is celebrating you. Okay? You're killing it. Absolutely killing it. This is, in a sense, like um, the Chariot card in the Minor Arcana. Okay? Victory. Victory. Okay? Two cards of victory here. I mean, there's nothing else that you can say about it. Proud, recognized, getting the recognition from people for the hard work you've done and the bravery, acting on your creativity, acting on your inspiration. Everybody's going to notice it. Okay? Then what happens? Another boom, boom, boom. Okay? So now you're vibrating like so high here. Okay? You are just in like super high frequency. This wheel, if your chariot in the beginning there was like trying to propel you forward, now it's like literally like the Ferrari. You're in a Ferrari chariot over here. All right? So the wheel's going to start turning for you, and the wheel is going to turn for you so fast. Your vibration is so high here that it just seems like everything is a possibility for you. Okay? And again, this chariot, total energy alignment, that's going to just propel this wheel faster and faster and faster and faster for you. Just moving forward, unstoppable, energy alignment. Your intuition is on point. Your motivation is on point. Your communication's on point. Your emotions are on point. You're grounded. You know where you're going. You have a plan. Victory, victory, victory. Okay? And then what happens? More of an acknowledgement from the divine that you are just conquering every challenge and task that comes your way. Okay, so what do we have from that? More creativity, more excitement, more passion, more of everything that gets your fire burning. Okay, and the wand has growth on it. Okay, more growth. Okay, everything you touch is going to grow and turn into something beautiful and wonderful. So, absolutely amazing energy here. Couldn't be happier for you and me. I'll claim this reading. I'm loving it. Okay, so we're gonna grab 3 cards of advice from the Moon Baby Tarot. Okay, 3 cards, please, Spirit. Okay, Justice, 9 of Cups, 9 of Wands. Okay, We have Libra energy, justice. Okay. Everything here is earned. Any past karma, anything that has seemed like, why do I keep dating this type of person? Why do I always have this kind of problem at work? Anything that's been holding you back karmically, released. Absolute balance. Okay. You're going to find that your relationships become more fair. Your experiences become more fair and balanced. Um, just everything around you. You can even find that, financial situations become more balanced, just this ultimate balance throughout life. And of course, this being Libra, relationships. Okay. Fairness, release of any negative karma here. Okay. 9 of Cups. You're sitting here receiving the same energy from the universe you are putting out. You're putting out this high vibrational energy. Your arms are folded. You're sitting on a bench. You don't have to take action here. Your vibration is all the energy that you need to fill all of these cups of happiness. You're nailing it. Absolutely nailing it. Okay. Pay attention. 9 of Wands. You deserve this. Any old thoughts that would tell you, this might be hard, it might be too much work, I can't do this, I don't deserve this. No, 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 no. Keep your 1 wand here. Okay. The universe gave you 1 wand. Don't add 8 to it. Don't let your self-defeating thoughts from past experiences talk you out of thinking you deserve this. Okay. And pay attention here. Keep your 8 wands separate from your Ace of Wands. Okay. Don't blend those wands together. Keep your Ace of Wands needs to be by itself, and your 8 of Wands need to stay together. Then they're working for you and not against you. Okay. Pay attention. No negative self-talk and lack of belief in yourself. All right. This is a Wands card. It will make you lose motivation. It will interrupt your flow of energy. No, no, no. Okay. Love this reading. We're going to grab a angel number card. And if you've seen me work with this deck before, as I always say, it is the biggest deck of cards I've ever worked with in my life. A little big for my hands, but everything's a little big for my hands. Okay, 1 card, please, Spirit. All right. Self-created stress is unhealthy. Things we're not doing anymore. Okay? Your angels are asking you to get honest about how you contribute undue stress and conflict in your own life. They ask you to contemplate how struggle plays into your comfort zones. That primal energy there in the strength card. Notice where you are making life harder for yourself today, even in the smallest moments. Make a tiny change today so that a small struggle becomes obsolete. And that's what I was saying about that strength card earlier. Baby steps. You don't have to do it all in one day. Connecting with our higher self and changing behaviors that we may have developed as children, as defense mechanisms, especially, are really hard to break. We think that's just the way that we are. But in fact, we created this coping skill as a child. And it really, the older and older you get, coping skill of a 7-year-old just doesn't work when you're 45, 50, 30. It doesn't. So we need to start seeing that in ourselves and where it's not helping us, and readjust the way that we handle things so that we are operating in a higher vibration. Okay. And with our higher selves. Okay. I'm going to take 1 card from the Secret Language of Light Oracle. Okay. We have insight. Get the book. Refine your psychic senses. And as I said, that Chariot card can be a very psychic card. Okay. Third eye chakra, solar plexus chakra. If you want to work with both of those chakras, I have in my pockets right now, I'll show you ametrine. Okay. I don't know if you can see, I did show it the other day. So this is citrine and amethyst. Okay. So I have one in my right pocket and one in my left pocket. All right. And these help your intuition from your solar plexus. Can be intuition that comes from the sacral chakra too, because both of those chakras do help with our gut intuition. And so it's solar plexus, sacral chakra, and the third eye chakra. Gut intuition, third eye intuition. One crystal. So you can hold them in each hand. You can put one on the lower chakras and one on the third eye, however you wish. But it helps us align those two psychic places in our body. Okay, sorry. Okay, refine your psychic senses. You are, or about to, see further, higher, and deeper through space and time. Your psychic skills are expanding and seeing through the lens of your soul. Hone your abilities by reading about or doing workshop on intuitive development. We are all psychic. It is part of who we are, but we have thrust this ability into the background in favor of other senses. Problems occur when we keep looking at the manifested world for proof of our worth. You are worthy because you are here. There is nothing to prove. You could become an intuitive reader if this is something you desire. It could also mean you are learning to trust what you feel, and the next steps to take will drop into your mind in the following days. And also, I was saying that about that Ace of Swords. Okay, insight. Struggle and insight. All right, and now we're going to grab one card from the Blue Angel Oracle. One card of guidance, please, Spirit. Mercurius. All right, card number 23. This is a time of instability, and yet it is during this challenge that something magical occurs. An explosive event leads to a beautiful experience of realization, after which life will never be the same. Though fiery and intense, this can also be a positive period if you keep your cool. You may need to take an occasional step back to avoid adding further fuel to the flames. Observe and allow things to unfold as they will. It may not seem like it now, but all unfolds perfectly. Remember, blessings come in different ways. The universe was born through an explosion of love. Okay, so this card here has a lot of that Empress and Temperance. Temper, bleh. Those two words are hard to say one after the other. Empress and Temperance energy, and this has some Tower energy. Okay, so just keep that in mind. There might be a bit of a Tower moment that comes in. Don't let it distract you. Okay, you're definitely supported here in the energy. The universe has your back, and absolutely, there's no stopping you here. But, Six of Wands, Ace of Wands, Nine of Cups, Wheel of Fortune. What was under here again? Yeah, two Chariots, the Strength. I mean, the world, everything is good. So I'm going to move these cards aside, and now we're going to go into talking about some crystals. I'm not going to go deeply into explanations about what each crystal does. If you watched my previous videos where I've had crystals involved, I don't really believe that that is a worthwhile discussion. Crystals work with each person individually. They do have a certain type of energy, but if your body has a different energy than my body, the crystal is not going to do the same thing for both of us. Okay. They're that intelligent. They're very intelligent, and they work with everyone based on how they need to be worked with. So I'm going to introduce you to crystals to work with that allow you to work in a higher vibration. If you do not have a lot of experience working with crystals, I'll tell you which ones are better energies to start with. And then I'll show you something that's a little bit more high vibrational. I try to, as much as possible, show crystals that are a little bit more affordable and easier to find, and then show you some that you haven't heard of before so that it's interesting and you learn something new. Okay? So we're going to start with grounding crystals. Grounding is extremely important if you are wanting to work with angelic vibrations, because yes, of course you want to be grounded, whether at the Earth Star chakra or the root chakra. Okay, that's up to you with how many chakras you want to work with. You can go down to the Gaia Gateway chakra, that's below the Earth Star chakra, then the Earth Star chakra, and the root chakra. If you have more questions about all of that, please let me know. I'm happy to explain it to you. Or you can look it up online. Leave a comment if you'd like more information. So, easiest crystal to work with. These will ground you, but they're not so grounding that you can't get that high level of vibration when you're with working on that crown chakra or the soul star chakra, um, or the stellar gateway chakra. Okay. That's above the soul star chakra. So it would be the crown chakra, would be at the top of the head, then 6 inches above that is the soul star chakra, and then about 6 inches or so above that is the stellar gateway chakra. Celestial smoky quartz. Now you could use regular smoky quartz. However, this has a little bit more of a gentle energy. Okay. So this works better if you're trying to raise the vibration to connect with that spirit realm or the angelic realm. This will ground you very well, but it won't interfere. Okay. And that's the same thing for all of these. Okay. Smoky celestial quartz. Then you would consider this is a root beer sparlerite. Okay, this does have some druzy on it. Druzy is when it's covered in quartz that makes it look like it's has snow on it or sugar on it. Okay, that azurite. This is an azurite right here, but it's all in druzy, so it looks like azurite candy, which my inner child loves. um, Anything that's sparkly and fun. I never realize how much I love sparkles until I walk into Michael's at Christmas time and I'm like, oh my gosh, everything is so sparkly. I love it. Um, anyway, sparlerite. This is root beer. So sparlerite does come in darker colors that are more like very dark brown and black. This color works very well if you want to work in the more higher vibrations. Root beer sparlerite. You can use the darker color ones, but this is the best one because it does keep you grounded, but it's not as dense. So if you're working with this higher vibrational energy, you don't want to use something like a hematite. You don't want to use something like a black tourmaline or an obsidian. Those energies are very, very dense and they'll interfere with how high your vibration can get. Okay. This is probably harder to find, but you can find it. Belandrite. Okay. This has little neat, like very fine, dark silvery needles on it. And this one actually has some cubes of purple fluorite on it and some little quartz needles. But this is amazing to work with if you're trying to get into that angelic vibration. It almost has the energy of like the temperance card. It's very healing and it is grounding, but it just is with balancing your energy known to just give you that like way of looking at things, so you remove the negative attachment to your thoughts and start really releasing them so that you can work in the higher version of yourself. Okay, alchemizing your thoughts. Okay, belandrite. Okay, smoky celestial quartz, sparlerite, root beer sparlerite. Bolandrite. Then sacral chakra. I don't know if I can get these open because I have them tied pretty tight, but I'm going to show you here. This is orange kyanite. Okay, and this works really well at that sacral chakra. Pretty easy to find, not very expensive. It might not be in this color at every crystal shop, but you should be able to find it, even if it's online. Um, Mostly, I find that it comes in these smaller pieces than big pieces like the black kyanite and the green kyanite and the blue kyanite. But if it comes in small pieces, I just put them in these little bags and hold them that way. Okay. Orange kyanite, sacral chakra. Again, it will put your sacral chakra in a vibration that balances. Kyanite balances every chakra, but it balances, but allows you to get into a higher vibration. This here, hard to find. This here, expensive. But if you're working with angelic realms or if you're working with your Kundalini energy, amazing. This is called AAA. Okay. I think this one comes from Pakistan, if I remember correctly. Very high vibrational orange stone. Okay. Again, you're probably going to find them in smaller pieces unless you have the money to find, pay for a bigger piece, but size doesn't matter. Okay. AAA, sacral chakra. Okay. Now, I only brought out one for this solar plexus chakra. You can use other crystals. This is just my favorite one to use. And I think it's pretty easy to find. You might not find it at a crystal shop. You may need to find it online somewhere. But this is yellow apophyllite. Okay. Apophyllite is also that white clear stone right there. Super, super, super angelically connected energy. It's said that if you're with a loved one who is transitioning, that bringing apophyllite into the room will bring an energy that allows past loved ones to come down and take your loved one that's in transition and help them cross over. Okay. It brings that angelic energy down to this earthly level. So yellow apophyllite, amazing, beautiful energy. Okay. I don't know if you can hear the dog crying upstairs. His mom left and he has separation anxiety. Anyway, if you watched my video on the three-chambered heart, I'm just going to show you these quickly. These were both in that video, but if you're working on the heart seed chakra, which is right at that place where your sternum and your inner ribs meet, this is where we hold a lot of past life trauma, ancestral trauma, childhood trauma, womb trauma. Um, it works well with lime green, the combination of yellow and green. So because it's between the sacral chakra and the heart chakra, it likes that combination of yellow and green. So green opal works great there. Very affordable, very easy to find. And healerite, this is a type of serpentine. You can use serpentine there as well. Absolutely. No, not a bad thing to do. Okay. Healerite, green opal. Okay. The heart seed chakra. Okay. Now going into the heart chakra, pink apophyllite. Okay. So we have our yellow apophyllite, our white clear apophyllite, pink. It also comes in green. Okay. I don't know why I have green apophyllite, but it's on another crystal, on the stilbite, but you can find it in green. I don't know why I don't have a piece of it that is just green on its own and not on another crystal, but pink is perfectly fine. And maybe that's something I'll get in the future. So again, bringing in that angelic energy, apophyllite just loves that vibration. It, and it allows that angelic realm to come down to this earthly vibration. Okay. Very beautiful energy. Pink petalite. This might be a little bit harder to find and a little bit more expensive, but I don't think that this piece was more than $40, if I remember correctly. It's a rough piece. If you want a nice piece of it, it's going to be more expensive. This is a very rough piece, but beautiful energy. Again, very angelic. Will bring that heart chakra right into that angel energy that you're vibrating at a higher vibration. Okay. Seraphonite, very angelic, very beautiful angel energy. Um, these are amazing to work with. I don't remember, you can find these pretty easily. I don't think they're that hard to find. I think that based on the quality of the seraphonite will determine, how expensive it is. Okay. But beautiful, beautiful, beautiful to work with. They say that these, if you can see this little kind of pattern here, I think it's on this side too. Yeah. So they say these are angel wings. Okay. Those are patterns of the angel wings there. All right. Seraphonite. Then we're going to go to the higher heart chakra, which is right over that thymus gland bump in your sternum. And again, I do have another video about the three-chambered heart chakra. Um, it resonates with this kind of greenish blue color, aqua color, green of the heart chakra, blue of the throat chakra. It's right in the middle of them. This helps us connect to humanity, to the earth, to animals that are, in nature. Okay. Helps us connect to the divine. Helps us connect to things that we don't have necessarily a personal relationship with. So I think, as I said in the other video, this chakra is what allows us to connect to the people in Ukraine right now. And even though we don't know them personally, we still feel compassion for them. Okay, higher heart chakra. So this is smithsonite with a little auric calcite druzy on it. And again, you can see it looks a little bit like snow. Okay. But both are very beautiful healing energies, very gentle energies, not difficult to find. Okay. Smithsonite, and it has a little bit of auric calcite on it. All right. And then the big mama here, the ahoite. Ahoite really works on, you could use it on the heart chakra. You could use it all the way up to, I would say, at least the soul star chakra. Very high vibrating. So it's quartz, and this little blue here is an inclusion of ahoite. It's rare, it's expensive. You can find it. You can definitely find it, but it's one of those ones you invest in when you know that you're committed to the process of using crystals for healing work. Okay, or if you're a collector. All right, ahoite. Okay, now where are we going? Let's see. Throat chakra. Easy to find, not expensive. Celestite. Okay. Angelite. Both are absolutely beautiful energies to connect with the angelic realms. Okay. Easy to find, very inexpensive. And then we have blue apophyllite. Okay. A little bit harder to find. I think that this was much harder to find than any of the other colors of apophyllite I have. All right. The most common one is this white apophyllite. Okay. But again, amazing vibration. It is drusied. You can see it looks like it has the like snowflakes or sugar on it, right? Almost looks like a piece of candy. All right. Um, but amazing, amazing, beautiful, especially if you're working on your clairaudience, worth the investment. Okay. Third eye chakra. Of course, we can always use an amethyst. Amethyst is just kind of the, you know, go to. All right. Azurite, I like more for ancestor work. really works well in that ancestor vibration. Um, both of these, you can find rough tanzanite. Okay, this is tanzanite here. And I'm sorry, this piece looks really funky. I accidentally stepped on it and broke it. So, oops. Um, but my ring is tanzanite. I always wear tanzanite. Um, you can find rough tumble of tanzanite, absolutely. I just happen to work with this piece, so it doesn't matter. Work with what you can afford. It's still a beautiful energy. It doesn't matter. Very much high vibrational, third eye, angelic realms, just amazing high vibration crystal to work with. Sugilite, this is said to work. It would bring in any archangel energy. It's said to, first of all, contain the violet ray, but also work with Archangel Michael and work with Archangel Metatron specifically. Okay, but angelic vibration, so it doesn't matter which archangel you want to work with. And you can find this in a rough too, like in a less expensive version. I don't know if you can see that. This is a Sugilite bracelet right here. Okay. Um, Definitely this piece was a little bit more expensive to find because of the quality of the Sugilite, but you can find it like my bracelet in kind of a more affordable version or form. Okay. All right. Now we're getting into the crown chakra. Absolutely, the white apophyllite, 100%, highly recommend. Scolasite, okay? You can find this in tumbled palm forms too. I just like this version better. I feel like it has a little bit of a higher vibration. This one you can use on the heart chakra as well. It has a little bit of pink in it. It's slightly pink, but you can use it at the crown um, or the heart chakra, but that's this specific piece. Generally, you use scolasite at the crown or soul star chakra. You can, get a smaller piece like this, pretty affordable, use the palm stone or the tumble, or you can get a little bit of a bigger piece. But beautiful angelic energy, works really well with apophyllite, very compatible energies. Okay. And then this is white petalite. So this is the white version of this stone here. Okay. Very angelic energy, beautiful to work with. I don't think this is too hard to find. I can't remember because I got it so long ago, but I'm pretty sure that this is pretty easy to find and not too expensive. Okay. Now we have this you can use at the crown. You can use this from the third eye up. So you can use it any of the at the third eye, you can use it at the crown chakra, any of those crown or chakras above the crown chakra you can use this with. This is pretty much considered the big daddy of crystals. Okay, it's called phenakite. Not cheap, not easy to find. It's getting more expensive by the day. It's PHE, not FE, phenakite. Okay, so high vibrational, and I'm going to show you with the pendulum after we're done with this. I have one more crystal after. This is like so unbelievable. I would never start with this crystal. It's probably way too much energy. You have to work your way up to it. So I would definitely start with a scolasite or an apophyllite. But if you decide, again, this is one you buy when you want to commit to working with crystals and chakras and all of that. And again, you don't have to use crystals on chakras. You can just work with the crystal and hold it in your hand. My way of working is through the chakra system. That's not the only way that you can work with crystals. And there's another crystal worker named Krista Mitchell, and she channels crystal energy, and she works with one crystal at a time. And she has classes. She'll teach you how to channel the energy of a crystal. That's absolutely acceptable. You can just hold it in your hand and receive the energy. So, phenakite. like the absolute purest white ray of healing light. And then we have herderite. You would put this is a golden herderite. You would put this at the soul star chakra. Okay. You could put this at the crown chakra and you could put this at the third eye. In this particular color, it's going to like being at that soul star chakra. Again, so high vibrational, amazing energy. If you wanted something that was easier to find and less expensive, you could use a golden rutilated quartz at that soul star chakra or that stellar gateway chakra. Absolutely fine too. I'm obsessed with using rutilated clear quartz and rutilated smoky quartz at my soul star chakra and my earth star chakra, or you know, to the other chakras if I'm working in a larger span of chakras. So but herderite. Okay. So let me just show you quickly. I'm only going to show you with the clear crystals because there's obviously just too many here, how they vibrate differently. Okay. And I'm going to use the pendulum. You may have seen me use the pendulum before. If you haven't, the pendulum works to read the energy of people, places, and things. There's different types of pendulums. I'm using this clear quartz pendulum. I love clear quartz. It's all around me all the time. So anyway, let's see. So I'm going to show you with the apophyllite. I'm going to move my Lemurian here so that energy doesn't interfere. So actually, let me start with the scolecite. We're going to read these clear crystal energies. I might throw the herderite in there too. So we ask spirit with the pendulum. You want to hold it at the little ball here. And I like to put my elbow on the table so I know I'm moving as little as possible. Spirit, what is the energy of this scolecite? You have to give it just a minute or so to, not a minute, but like 20 seconds to start really reading the energy. Okay. So it's picking up a nice, beautiful, steady flow. It's getting a little wider now. I can feel it. Okay. Really nice. It's sorry, I'm gonna frog in my throat. Definitely high vibrational, but very steady flow of energy. Okay. Thank you, Spirit. Spirit, what is the energy of this apophyllite? I'm so sorry if you can hear the dog upstairs. He makes me feel so sad for him. Okay. Nice flow starting there. You see it's going a little bit wider than it did with the scolecite. Okay. So if you have different crystals, the pendulum is amazing. If you're trying to see the difference of energy in different types of quartz. I have so many different types of clear quartz. I have Himalayan quartz. I have Nirvana quartz, Lemurian quartz. So if you're trying to figure out a certain vibration with your clear quartzes, having a pendulum around is priceless. It helps so much. Okay, beautiful. I'm going to throw the herderite in there now. Okay, Spirit. Please show us the energy of this herderite. You can see how quickly that started moving. And my elbow is down on the ground. I'm down on the ground, down on the table. I'm not doing anything at all, just holding it. Okay. Amazing swing. Tons of energy there. Thank you, Spirit. Okay. Please show us the energy of this phenocite. So you see how that is like totally swinging. I can feel that it's still picking up energy. It's still expanding. It's still expanding. I can feel it. So this is not an energy you would want to put on a chakra that you have not been working with. Okay. Because it will just completely blast that chakra like way too much energy. It wouldn't be a good thing. Okay. So starting with something like scolecite is a very nice, gentle, easy energy, and you work your way up slowly because this would be like electrocuting your upper chakras. Okay, so I hope this helps. Please ask me any questions in the comments. My email is always in the description, so you can email me if you'd like to. Please like, share, comment, subscribe, all the good stuff if you enjoyed this. And I'm really curious to know if you guys like me bringing crystals in at the end of some of the tarot readings. I just have a lot of crystal information and I like sharing it with people. So if you find it enjoyable and helpful, please let me know. Or I can do the crystal videos in separate videos, okay, that aren't even attached to tarot. So give me some feedback. Help me out here. I'm a new YouTuber, and I'm relying on the experience of you guys to tell me what it is that you think I should do that's going to be useful to you. Anyway, thank you so much for being here. Have a beautiful day. Friends in the South and Midwest, please stay safe. We're thinking about you. All right. Talk to you soon.